Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Amazing Seller Podcast. This is episode number 428, and today I'm going to be talking about 5 steps to use for Facebook Lives and video to drive product sales and build your brand. And this one here was kind of inspired by the last Ask Scott session where I talked about building a brand, but then also where Facebook Live came up. And I said, you know what? I should probably give a little bit of a detailed outline of how we're using Facebook Lives, also Facebook video, and why they're really, really important. So that's what this episode is going to be all about. All right. And I'm going to give you kind of like my thoughts moving forward. And then also I'm going to give you guys those 5 steps where you can follow to actually get up and running. And let me just say, don't be afraid of live video. If anything, embrace it. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to be the one on camera, and I'll talk about that here once we dive in, but it's definitely worth looking into because right now, live video is huge, and it's a great way to build the awareness of your brand, but then also build your own little community and your email list and your Facebook page and all of that stuff. Really does get easier and better when you tap into this resource that Facebook gives us for free. All right. So I want to remind you guys, this episode is 428. So you're probably going to want to grab the show notes, the transcripts to this one, because it is going to be detailed and outlined. And I'm going to go right through these. I'm going to elaborate on some of them, and we'll just get right to it. All right. But the episode is 428, theamazingseller.com/428. And you can go ahead and grab all the show notes and the links and everything there. So let's kind of go back to the question, why Facebook Live and why Facebook video? Well, because right now, Facebook loves video, like loves it, and it gets a ton of reach. And what do I mean by a ton of reach? Well, if you post a video or a Facebook Live, that video continues to reach people. Okay. Now, if you have, let's just say you have a Facebook fan page of only 30 people. That's it. Just like, let's just say 30 people. That video can still reach thousands of people, especially if one of those 30 people shared it into a bigger group or a bigger fan page. Like, that's what you need to understand is that, you're creating one piece of content in a sense. And from there, if that gets shared on another group, another page, it could be a page that has 5,000, 10,000, 100,000, 500,000. All right. And all that will do, or actually the great thing that will do is it will then reach a lot more people. And that's why we find almost every single time that we do a Facebook video, a Facebook Live, or just a Facebook video, we always see that it goes way over what our reach would be. Like if we have 8,000 people on our fan page, we can reach, and we have as like a minimum is like 20,000+ people. And reaching means it's landing in their newsfeed. Now that doesn't mean that everyone is going to see that, but it's good to know that you can get that reach. All right. So that's why Facebook video is so awesome and so powerful. And Facebook loves video right now. So why not capitalize on that? All right. So number 2, now this isn't like 1 through 5 steps yet. I'm just kind of giving you the things of why Facebook Live and Facebook video is so awesome. It's easy, okay? And what I mean by that is you don't have to have professional cameras and lighting. I mean, you can get in front of a good window with some good window light and have some really good lighting with a basic camera, point and shoot, I meant to say, or you can just have your cell phone. You can have your cell phone. Cell phones do a great job. An iPhone, an Android, whatever, they capture really, really good video. One thing I will say is if you don't have good indoor lighting, get good lighting. Now, you can get a ring light. I'll actually leave a link into the show notes of the ring light that I currently use right now. And I actually bought one for our partner, and they're using the ring light. The ring light it's small, it's compact. It gives you a nice balanced lighting. So this way here, it doesn't look grainy. Lighting is really key. And some of you that know my story, my background is in photography with my wife. So lighting was everything. Like, you got to have good lighting. If you don't have good lighting, you have dark shadows and grainy pictures and all that stuff. So lighting goes a long way. So your camera, you probably already have it. You already probably have your cell phone that will do just fine. Now, there are some other components and some other parts that you can get. You can get a microphone. Okay, and there's a variety of different ones, and I'm not going to go into the whole tech thing. I could probably do a whole nother episode on the tech stuff, but it's really not that big of a deal. Like right now, I would say don't even overwhelm yourself with that stuff. Just get your cell phone. As long as it's a decent cell phone, which most people have a decent cell phone that has a decent camera in it, and then good lighting. If you want to go the extra mile, you could go with an external mic, but I would say you don't even have to do that right now. The one thing I would invest in is a decent tripod. And that could be a tabletop tripod. It could just be a freestanding tripod. Again, I'll leave a couple of links in the show notes. So this way here, you can see what I've used in the past, and I'll put those in there. So, it's easy, right? We have pretty much all the stuff. We don't have to have professional type stuff. Okay. We kind of have what we need. The other thing is it builds goodwill with customers and potential customers. And what I mean by that is by you giving them good content. Okay. They're going to like that, right? They're going to say, oh, that was pretty cool. Thanks. It's kind of like you giving someone free advice on the street. Like you're out doing your gardening and someone goes, hey, I love your flowers. And you're like, oh, really? Yeah, I've been really doing some research and this is what I do. And then you explain to them what you've done and they're like, oh, cool, thanks. And then they go home and they do the same thing. And then they come back a week later and go, hey, thanks so much for sharing that with me. I've got some really good flowers coming up now. It's like the same difference as that. It's just, you're doing it online to potentially hundreds, if not thousands of people. So it's a way for you to build goodwill in your market with your customers and potential customers. And that's huge. You get good insights who your audience is too, because Facebook gives you this thing called Insights, and it's on your fan page that you can click on this little tab that says Insights, and then from there you can see the demographics, you can see what they're into, you can see your engagement, you can see what people are liking, what they're not liking, you can see how many likes you're getting per week, you can see how many people you're reaching, you can see what content performs better, like all that stuff is built in. So even if you just use this as a way for you to see who your market is, huge, like absolutely huge. So you get good insights with Facebook and them allowing you to see this, okay? The other thing is you can get instant feedback. You can get feedback a day later, a month later in the comments. So people are going to they're going to comment. They're going to say, oh, I really like that. Oh, that was helpful. Or, oh, how do you do this? I see that you're doing this, but it doesn't really make sense. And then you can elaborate on that or maybe do another follow-up video. And this is another little tip. Once you're doing a video and it's live, or even if you upload a video and then you start to see comments come in and people have questions at something that doesn't make sense, you can jump back on video, okay? And some of you may be saying, well, Scott, this doesn't pertain to me because I'm not gonna be on camera. I don't wanna be on camera. Stick with me. I've got a solution to that, all right? So stick with me. But what's really cool with this is you can start reading through those comments and then you can go, you know what? I'm gonna shoot a video on this certain thing because people had commented that they didn't know how that worked. So you can be like, hey guys, this is Scott. I just shot a video the other day on XYZ and John had a problem with this and he didn't really know how to fit this in. He didn't really know the procedure. So what I want to do today is I want to cover that. I want to cover that procedure in detail. And then you can go through and cover that. You did a couple of different things here. Number one, you're giving back again, so you're giving more goodwill. And then you're also calling out someone in your community, in your audience, that is actually asking you a question. So that makes you a little bit more of an authority. So then people say, oh, I should probably follow this brand because they know more about this than I do because they're a little further ahead. And then it shows that you're kind of like a teacher. I'm doing air quotes, kind of like an instructor in a sense, right? Even though you might just be someone that's just learning as you go, kind of like the gardening example. Okay. So, really, really powerful to look at the feedback, the comments, and it's really important that you comment back. So whether you shoot a video today and you go live and you have 3 people watching it and then you have 1 comment, but then you come back and you've seen that you've reached 3,000 people and you've got now 20 comments, and now you have to go back in there and you want to respond to those. We'll like them, you want to respond to them, and then that will get you more engagement. The more engagement you get, Facebook loves that, okay? So there's all that stuff that comes from doing this. And again, you don't need to get it all right out of the gate. Okay, and you guys have heard me talk about this before. Just get started with it. Like, just get started. Don't be afraid. Honestly, if you went on and it blew up in your face, you could just delete it later. It's no big deal. Or maybe you want to do a test one. Do a test one. Do it on a camera. Don't send it on Facebook yet. Don't go live. Just do a pretend one and see how that goes. But the one thing you need to ask yourself is, what type of content could you be creating? So I'll give you a little tip here. Here's what I would do. I would go to a similar product in your space and see what they're doing to create content. I recently did this because I wanted to share an example of like seven things you need to know about XYZ. Well, it was actually, I typed in Google and I did 7 things for fishermen, I think it was. And up came this post about 7 lures you need to have in your tackle box to catch bass, something like that. It was something close to that. And it led me to a brand that what they do is they do what they call a mystery tackle box. And every month you can sign up to get this mystery tackle box. And every month you get this stuff in a box that's fishing gear. And you pay $30 a month for it. But all their content is based around fishing. Okay. And so again, you can go and say, okay, I'm selling fishing lures, but how do I create content around this? You could go model what they're doing and create some different types of content that's based off of stuff that did really good with what they've already produced. Now, I'm not saying rip it off. I'm not saying copy. I'm saying model it. Right? If you see that people are really into lures, then do some stuff on lures. If you see people are interested in different fabrics, or maybe you do a comparison of 2 different tackle boxes, something like that. So you could do all that stuff in those videos, but you can get inspired by looking at and seeing what other people are doing. Another little tip is to look at what someone else is doing in another market. So let's just take, for example, I'm not in the fishing market. And maybe I'm into I don't know, let's say, I guess, do-it-yourself at home projects market, right? Something like, I've used this one before too, is like, how to build a homemade kite, with your kid. So that would be a good one. And then maybe you do another project on the weekend that shows you how to make a go-kart or whatever, right? So like home projects for kids, right? But fishing, that has nothing to do with that. But I can still get ideas from the fishing market and what they're doing and kind of tie that back to my do-it-at-home project type business. Hopefully that makes sense. And I know that could be a little bit more of a wider base, but you get what I'm saying. Like, you want to take a market that's already kind of doing stuff. You may even find that someone in your market's already doing Facebook Lives and you can kind of see what they're doing, or maybe Facebook video, and then you can model that. All right. But if you go outside your market and you're able to use that, that's even better, because maybe someone in your market isn't even doing it yet. All right. So you guys can tell I'm pretty excited about this stuff, because this stuff is really, really awesome. And guess what? For the most part, it's free. It is free. And we're able to get this attention from our market, which then leads people back to buy something. Okay. So understand that. We're not just looking to go out there so we can sell them something. We're looking to get someone to pay attention to us, and then from there, maybe share a really good post. And then from there, that would lead people back to our blog or our store or our Amazon business or our email list, or maybe our next Facebook Live or whatever, right? But you have to get out there in order to get people to see you, right? So you have to get out of your own way sometimes. And I'm telling you right now, this is huge. So that question, I think it was the last question that I answered on Ask Scott. It was from Chad, and he was talking all about Facebook Live and how he can tap into it. And this is really going deeper from that answer that I had given him. But let's really now talk about the last really cool thing before we get into the 5 steps, and kind of, I'm going to give you like a framework. But the last thing that's really cool about this is, let's say that you produce that video and it does pretty well, or it does even just like, let's just say it just does okay. All right. It just does okay. You can now take that video that you created, whether it's a Facebook Live or whether it's one you uploaded, and you can boost it. You can run ads now to that video. All right. You can test it with $5 and see what kind of engagement you can also see the demographics better. So you can use this as a way for you to see what resonates with your market, what people are interested in, what might go viral. Imagine you getting a video that reaches 200,000 people, or maybe 115,000 views. Maybe it gets shared 279 times. I'm sharing those numbers because that's actually one of our videos that we created that actually did that in the matter of about a week and a half. All right, reached 230,000 people, 115,000 views, and it was shared 279 times. And do you realize out of those 279 shares, one of those shares could be on a group that's got 300,000, 500,000. Like, people don't realize that one share could be massive. All right. So guys, this stuff definitely works, and it's really, really powerful. And if you want to separate yourself from the competition, the ones that are just selling on Amazon, the ones that are just launching their product on Amazon and only using pay-per-click, if you want to compete and really do better, this is what you need to do. You need to start thinking about how can you do this for your own business, your own brand. All right. I'm telling you, it's really, really powerful. So you can run ads to your videos and boost them. And that is really, really powerful. All right. So let's get into the 5 steps. All right. What do you need to get started? Okay. These are the 5 things that you need to get started. Number 1, I think this is a given. You need a Facebook fan page. All right. Now, a lot of times people think Facebook fan pages, aren't they the thing of the past? Well, you can say that, but there's still a lot of things we can do. Now, are they as good as they used to be as far as you build a Facebook fan page and then you post something and everyone that's liked your page sees it? No, that's not how it works. It doesn't work like that. So we're not using it for that purpose necessarily. We're using it as a way to post and then allow us to use those other things like Facebook Live and then also boosting a post. Okay. But a Facebook fan page is necessary. You need a Facebook fan page. Number 1, if you're going to run a contest, like we've talked about, building an email list. Okay. You guys know that we're huge fans of that. Chris Schaefer, myself, my whole team, we're big fans of building an email list in our market, having people raise their hands and say, yes, I'm interested in this market. Give me more content about it. And yes, show me other products about this, right? Like, that's what we want. So running contests has been great for us and is huge. And I think that everyone should be doing it. If you're not doing it, you need to go and you need to go through our free workshop where I actually take you through a case study. I also show you exactly how to do this, how we've done it. That can be found at theamazingseller.com/build list. And you'll get all of that resources or all the resources there at that workshop. So definitely go check that out. Totally free. All right. But you're going to need a Facebook fan page to even do that. All right. And then what's going to happen is organically, you're going to start to get likes because as you're running your contest by creating a post and then pushing the post. And then from there, you're able to start getting likes because people are going to naturally just like it automatically. It just happens. Okay. We did it on our first contest. And I think we ran it for a month and we got over like 2,500 likes on our page just as a secondary thing from building our list. We built our list of like 7,000 and we got 2,500 likes as well. So it totally works. And it's just another part of it. Okay. But what do you do with it once you have it? Okay. Well, that's where Facebook Lives come in. That's where posting videos to it. That's where posting content on a regular basis comes in. So it's another place for you to publish content. Okay. So step one, we need a Facebook fan page. So if you do not have a Facebook fan page, your homework assignment today is to create a Facebook fan page for your business, for your brand, create a little header image for it, and then just maybe go out and share 5 different posts that are in your market or content or YouTube videos or whatever. Create a little bit of a resource there so it's not blank, so it's not, fresh. All right. So that's number 1. Number 2, and this is going to require a little bit more work, but number 2 is going to have a few other things that you have to do inside of this step. And it's really writing your outline. Okay. So kind of preparing a little bit for your video. Okay. And there's really just a couple of different things that you want to have in there. Okay. And I see people make this mistake and it's costly if this thing actually hits, if this thing actually starts to get a little bit of traction. Okay. So you want to write the outline. So number 1 inside of number 2. So this is step 2, by the way, is you want to, and I'm going to give you, this is like the outline to write your video script. And I don't say write a script where you have to actually go word for word. That's not it at all. I don't roll like that. I usually, like right now, I'm reading off of bullet points. I have bullet points that I'm going off of. That's really all you need. And then from there, you just have what you want to say. But number one, what you want to do is you want to do a little intro. Hey, this is Scott from XYZ, and I just want to welcome you. I want to thank you for showing up to this Facebook Live. Today, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you how to do this, that, and the other thing. Right? So right away, you welcome them, you say thank you, and then you say, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be teaching you how to do X, Y, and Z. So let them know right away what they're doing as they show up, okay? And then from there, immediately after that, say, and then what I want you guys to do for me, do me a little favor here. I'm taking time out of my day here to show you guys this stuff. Do me one quick favor. Could you just share this if you find this valuable? If you think other people would find this valuable, click the share button, click the like button, give it a little bit of Facebook love. I'd really, truly appreciate that. And then the other thing is today, what I have for you guys is we are going to be actually going over this, that, and the other thing. And there's actually a free resource that I created for you. So now this can be a PDF. This could be a contest. This could be what we call a lead magnet, which could be an additional, like if you're giving like steps to do something, or if it's even like the 7 top lures that you need to have this fall, you can put that in a little PDF document and then let people go and download that little piece of content. People, a lot of times, they don't just want to hear it. They want to actually have something that they can hang on to or at least put on their computer and they can reference back to it. So give them that little call to action of, hey, go to xyz.com/fishing and you can grab your 7 lures that we're going to be covering here today or something like, or the 7 steps to, I guess catch the largest bass this season. I don't know. I'm making things up on the fly, but you get what I'm saying. Now, the other thing you want to do immediately, now I put a couple timestamps on these. So your welcome should be no more than like 10 seconds. And then if you're going to plug a resource, maybe 5 seconds. So you're like 15 seconds at this point. And then from there, you want to teach. And you want to teach something or review something or reveal something inside of this video. Okay, so number one, you're going to welcome them. You're going to tell them what you're going to be teaching them or what you're going to be revealing or what you're going to be showing them or reviewing. And then you want to plug something really quickly, a free resource. Hey, go get this on my blog. And then from there, you're going to teach. And then after you teach, you're going to close maybe 15 seconds. You're going to remind them to share. You're going to remind them to get the resource. And you're going to say, thank you for attending. You guys are awesome. And I'll see you next time. And if you got any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Bang, done. That's it. Intro. Okay. Plug your resource, teach, close. Okay. That's it. That's all you have to do. So the next thing in step 3, once you have that all done, you got to go live. So a lot of people get all, overwhelmed with this, or they think they can't do it. You can literally go live on your phone or your desktop. Okay. So it's literally that easy. Just go there like you're going to create a post. Click video and it'll say live video. You'll say live video and you can go live. Put a little title in there. Put a little title that's going to get their attention, whatever you're going to be doing. You're going to be reviewing the 7 top fishing lures this fall. And it's, whatever, something that's going to get their attention. All right. That's what you want to do there. Now, the other thing you can do if you want to get a little bit more technical, not that much, but you can let people know that you're going to be going live in advance. And one way you can do this is using a tool called Be Live, B-E Live. All right. And I'll leave a link in the show notes. And here what you can do is you can actually go live on this software tool. And then you can also manage the chat a little bit. You can see people's questions and all of that stuff. And it's a way for you to schedule that out a day ahead of time. So this way here, people that are on your page, they'll see that notification and you might get a few more people to show up live. But I don't really worry about people showing up live, to be honest with you, as much as I worry about people seeing the replay or reaching more people. And that's where the gold is. That's where the huge amount of leverage comes from of having this piece of content, this piece of content that's turned into a video that can be then shared and used and commented on and all that stuff. So go live, but you want to just either do that directly or you can use a tool like Be Live and then schedule it. All right. Number 4 is once you're done, once you're happy with it, if you want to go ahead and see how well it did before you do this, that's fine. but then you're going to want to promote it and test the response. Now, what I mean by this is you can just boost this. You can run a Facebook ad. You can target your ideal customer that you think they are just by looking at the demographics and looking at different things that your page might offer you depending on how old your page is right now. But what you want to do is you want to promote this. Maybe put $5 on it and let it run and let's see what it does. Again, one share in a big group can take this thing and start getting thousands of views, thousands. All right. So this is a great way to test that piece of content too and say, do people like it? Don't they like it? And then from there, you can turn it on and off. You can then once if you see that it's starting to get legs, you can go, oh, you know what? I'm going to add $10 a day or maybe $15 a day. All right. And then from there, you have this piece of content that's constantly working for you. All right. And then step number 5 is you want to comment during and after it ends. So if you do have people that are on live and they're like, hey, Scott, thanks so much for sharing this. That's been awesome. That's really helped me with that one tip that you shared in step 4. And you'd be like, hey, John, thanks so much for commenting. I see you're from, New York. I'm originally from upstate New York too. Whereabouts are you located? So you can almost start a little conversation there with them. And people love that when you start to really make it aware that you are seeing them there live. The other thing cool that it does is if people are watching the replay, it shows that people are showing up live too. So you don't need a ton, but it is nice to see a few people showing up where you can have that conversation. But don't be alarmed if you hop on and you see the little live icon that shows up in Facebook and it says 1 or maybe 2. Don't worry about that. Don't let that stuff get to you. I'm telling you, the huge part of this is really the after effect. Okay. So let me just kind of go through those really quickly again. Number 1, Facebook fan page. You need that. So create that. Number 2, spend a little bit of time looking at maybe some other pieces of content that you think that you want to do, but then write that outline. Do your intro, which is a welcome, and then also what they're going to be learning. So do that immediately. Hey, what's up? This is Scott. Super excited you're here. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to do X, Y, Z. This is going to be awesome. And oh, by the way, do me a quick favor. Could you share this? If you think this is going to be valuable, or if you think that people would enjoy this, do me a favor, share this, like it. That would be awesome. The other thing I'd like to do is give you guys a free resource for showing up. I've got a resource over here at xyz.com/fishing, and it will give you everything that I talk about today in a nice little PDF. So this way here, you guys can download it and have it on your computer or your phone. And guys, let's get rocking and rolling. Let's go ahead and let's learn this thing, and then you're going to teach and you're going to review and or reveal in that section for 5 to 20 minutes, and then from there you're going to close. And you're going to remind them to share it and then get the resource. And that's about 15 seconds. So, some people ask me too, like, Scott, how long should it go? As long as it needs to. If you're teaching something that's valuable, I watched a lady the other day, not for the whole time. She was sewing a pillow, literally sewing a pillow with a sewing machine from start to finish. It was about 3 hours, and she had 400 to 500 people watching her all concurrently, like all at once. Huge for sewing a pillow. Okay, so people will show up and watch these things if the content is good. And she was on for like 3+ hours. All right. So don't think there's like this new hack where if you go 5 minutes, you're going to get better reach. You're going to this, that, or the other thing. Just teach something or share something or reveal something or review something that's valuable. That's it. Don't get hung up on the numbers. All right. And then go live. Okay. And you can do it direct or use Be Live and schedule it. And then promote it and test it, and then comment during and after it ends. All right. So those are the steps and the things that you need to consider when doing Facebook Live or using Facebook video. Now, another little tip here. If you have a Facebook group, you can still post the live video there, but I do not recommend starting there. I think you should start the Facebook Live on your fan page, because then that gives you the share features. If you post inside of a group, a closed group, you are not going to see the share features. So it's going to limit who sees it. So you always want to post on your Facebook fan page. If you have a Facebook group, you can post it in the group, kind of like a link. You're going to post the link inside of there. And there is some tools out there that will do that simultaneously, but let's not get too over the top here. Let's just get started. All right. And then the other thing is, this is a really cool one, is if you have products that are synced up inside of your Facebook fan page, which you can do, by the way, you can create your own little store and they can link directly to Amazon. You can then add a related product to the footer of your video. So if your video has something in there that you're talking about that is one of your products, you can actually attach that. So if that video starts to get reach, guess what else follows it? Your product. All right. So you can literally have your product be following around this ad, and it's one click and people are over there. All right. So it's really, really powerful. We've been doing that with just about all of our videos. And I'm telling you, it's definitely increased our sales. And we don't even have a promotional code with it. It's like regular price. All right. So that's a huge tip for you. All right. And then the other thing is, if you're scared to do live video, I get it. It can be scary. Do a pre-record of the video. This way here, you can do multiple takes if you want to, and then just upload it, okay? Follow the same format that I went through, but just pre-record it. We're doing a lot of pre-recorded videos now, and they're doing really, really well, but we're doing both, okay? But you can just do one or the other if you want to, but my thing is always, like you guys know, just do one of them. Just do something, okay? And here's the other question I get, but Scott, I'm not the right person for the brand. I'm not the ideal client. I'm not the ideal customer. Well, find someone that is. You can find someone locally or find someone online. Go to YouTube, see someone that has kind of a smaller audience, but that wants to talk about this stuff more. Reach out to those people and see if you can work something out with them. Or maybe you have something that's in your local area that just loves this stuff and talks about this stuff night and day, and they'll do it for you because they just don't know the technical side of things, and you can help them out with Facebook stuff and then maybe work something out with them. To me, there's no excuse not to do this. You just have to go out there and make it happen. All right. Find someone that you can have do this if you're not the right person. If you are the right person, then good for you. You're one step ahead. But even if you're not, just go out there and find the right person. All right. And like I said, I shared one of the videos that we did, and this wasn't a Facebook Live, by the way. This was just a post that we did that was a video. And we posted a week and a half ago. It's reached 230,000 news feeds. It's had 115,000 views. It's been shared 279 times, and it continues to get traction. All right. And that one there has a product that's attached in our footer. We had another video that has been running a little while that's got 87,000 reach, 23,000 views, and 105 shares. And we've got multiple ones that have reached 50,000+, 20,000 views, and over 50 shares. So we're doing that on a regular basis. I think everyone should be tapping into this live video or just video in general, especially on Facebook. So basically, that is your little roadmap. All right, that is your 5 steps. Hopefully this is getting you excited, giving you something else to think about to really take your brand to the next level, and then also separate yourself from the competition, because I believe that this is what we call a little bit extra work. So whenever that's usually said, guess what? People don't tend to want to do it because it's more work. But I'm telling you, this will build your brand. This will bring people into your community, into your market, into your brand, which will naturally, eventually, maybe buy something, or maybe they don't buy, they recommend it, or maybe they share it for you. Another example, we have people that are on our email list that we then send people to our Facebook Lives or our Facebook videos, and then they share it for us just because they're just huge fans of the brand. And that's another tip I didn't even put in there. When you're building your email list, guess what? On Friday, when you want to send out an email, or Wednesday, guess what you do? Hey, I'm doing a Facebook Live at 2 o'clock. Or maybe you do this. Maybe you say, I just did a video, posted it on Facebook. Go over there, let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions. And then you drive traffic from your email list over to your Facebook page, and then that's going to help drive it and get more reach. Do you see where the email list comes in again? Again, I'll give you guys that resource in case you missed it, theamazingseller.com/build list. That's where Chris and I go over how to build that email list from scratch, which will also build your Facebook fan page at the same time. All right, guys, I'm running out of air here because I'm just so excited. I got to get rocking and rolling. You guys got to get rocking and rolling. I want to remind you guys of the show notes, the transcripts, theamazingseller.com/428. Go grab them, go do it, and get out there and make it happen. As always, guys, remember, I am here for you. I believe in you, and I am certainly rooting for you, but you have to, come on, say it with me, say it loud, say it proud, take action. Have an awesome, amazing day. And I'll see you right back here on the next episode.